Hello, darlings. How are we all doing today? Hello, baby. Oh, let me see. Stream chat is already off the page. Hello. Hey, Agri Chaser. I am good. Thanks to everybody who's already followed. Vestigial Heart 13. That one, Phoebe. Nehemia killed a bottle of wine. Doing fine. Hell yeah. Gina P. We have a lot of people who are new here. Holy shit. Carnell. Hi, Chris De Laurentiis. Good to see you again. I guess my hair just looks white on camera now. I've never... Like, it's finally on camera lost all of its, like, bluish tone. It just kind of looks silvery. Which is cool. Val is trying to sleep. For once, I am glad to low-key be an insomniac. It's 2:22 in Germany. And I finally managed to catch one of your streams. Hello. I'm happy to keep you company. Lady, come now. Hey, Juno. Hey, Juno. Nice dress. I'm not wearing a dress. Oh, were you talking about a certain picture I posted on Twitter? Because that was a dress. Mayhaps, yeah. Juno out here helping me show my OnlyFans. You should try taking a picture like that, Juno. Starting to look into moving to SeaTac area now, which is cool. That's awesome. I hope to be moving sometime in the spring to that area, but we will see. All right, I'm gonna go. I just put some tea on because I'm trying to de-energy drink, and then I have some housekeeping stuff, and then we will get into the day. Also, thank you very much, Carnell, for the chat ads. I think I have about 400 pictures like that. I bet you do. I bet you do. No, puppy. What? Marge just announced her resignation from Congress? God. What the fuck is happening today? Love the fit. Thank you. I got this at my partner tried to get me to not get it because they saw it as a poncho, and I was like, no, you gotta see the application. And it's I don't know, it's this weird like kind of pseudo cyberpunky cape thing, but it's actually really fucking warm and nice and snuggly. But yeah, I got this. This was on sale too, because it was one of those things that was like, people have asked me, you know, like thrifting tips and stuff, and the one thing I will say is that if you are going to go thrifting and try and get a new wardrobe and stuff, you have to kind of roll with the punches, because not every piece you get is going to be good, And that goes both ways in that you're going to have to A, accept that something doesn't fit you the way you wanted it to or thought it would, and you just got to let it go. And B, sometimes when you're unsure about something, but it is really cheap, you got to take a chance. And this is one of those chances. I got this less than like $5, and I love it. It's been so good because it's like a perfect like middle warm sweater in like going inside for winter. Oh, hello, Kevin. Hello, cat. We have a special guest. Hello. Oh, hello. And it has this cool thing where like I can kind of just even wear it as a jacket if I just take it like that. I just think it's just a fucking really cool piece, and I'm glad I got it. But yeah, thank you for the compliment. I need to go thrifting more, Juno. Hey, if you ever come over to America, we can go thrifting together. Do I watch Dragula, DD? I do not. Also, everybody say hi to Kibben. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, she's being baby mode tonight. Okay. Okay. Baby, why? Why? Why are you doing this? She says, I want to show my butt on camera. It's 2:30 a.m. in Norway, doing Linux stuff. First time I'm catching you live. Hello, Alex the Rat. Glad to see you here. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? What is your... Hey, cat, what's your fucking deal? Get a job. Get a hobby. Oh, no, she's coughing. Oh, poor baby. Okay. She has these little coughing fits sometimes. Come on. There you go. There you go. There you go, baby. Yeah, there you go. Oh, she's fine. It doesn't hurt her at all. I asked the vet about it because she's literally done it for like most of her life. No idea why. I've asked the vet about it. She says it doesn't hurt her, so. Oh, are you done now? Now that you've coughed on my shoulder, you're like, okay, I'm out. No, you're... How old is she? Hard to say. So we adopted her from a place. I think she was 1 at the time, and so she is now, she's like 10 or 11. Nehemia, thank you very much for $5. For some reason, cats just really like me. At least I'm one kind of a pussy magnet. It is, all animals love me. This has been universally true my entire life. I'm the person that I will, oh, there she is. There's a pretty girl. Say hi to your adoring audience, honey. Yes. Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you, baby. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, you're so baby. You're so baby tonight. Yeah, like, I'm the person who will go over to a party and everybody's like, oh, yeah, my dog, sorry, he's not great around new people. And I will be, like, within 5 minutes, well, that dog will be my best friend in the world. There's a weed store near us where every now and then I think the owner brings in his little Frenchie. And it's this old Frenchie, like, all gray all over. And, oh, she's so pretty. Let me see if I can get it into the mic. No. She said no. This little Frenchie, and the Frenchie is now my best buddy. Like, the dog will not pay attention to anybody, but, like, will follow me around and try and follow me out of the store. Okay, baby, you gotta unlatch from the back. Unlatch from the back. Come on. Come on. I gotta trim your nails. No. What is your damage, cat? She said no. She's so purry. Oh my goodness. Just one big rumble in there. I love you, baby. I do. Except I'm going to let you down. Yes. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Okay, now she's sitting in my lap. Exactly. Now I got fucking cat hair all over me. Ah! Menace. Menace. Evil. I love you anyway. It's okay. Former wheat store had a corgi named Cheddar, and she was just the snuggliest thing ever. I miss that dog. I would be my best friend in the world. Hi. Hi, Carrie Jen Mystic. I need to look up this. I'm just going to go right into it because I want to see the Marjorie Taylor Greenness of it all. I wonder what the fuck is going to happen. I'm like... January 5th. Huh. Effective January 5th. And a video came after a dramatic break with President Trump. Supporting a bill to compel the Department of the DOJ to release investigative files about Epstein. Greene has also criticized the Republican president for suggested to prioritize meeting foreign leaders at the expense of paying attention to the needs of Americans, which is fucking true. If you saw, God, that MBS shit was so... Ugh. Well, I think they would have to run for her seat, which is like a plus 20 Republican. It's a heavy Republican district, so I don't think another person... Like, the thing I'm curious about is what led her to this point. Because Marjorie Taylor Greene has undoubtedly received infinite amounts of death threats, hate mail, blowback, like, from all sides of conservatism. What could possibly have fucking shifted to get her to quit? Lady, what are you doing? I hear you. I hear you. I don't know what you're doing. I hear you moving around out there in the dark. Oh, there's my girl. There's my good girl. B. Parker, do you think we'll get a Trump 1 style memoir about how rough her time was being a massive suck up? I kind of don't think so until Trump has passed away, honestly. I think at some point, but like, I kind of wonder if like she got like real death threats, like from, you know, higher up or something. Criticize the Republican president. Yeah, let's go here. I think she is standing up. Well, I mean, she has been standing on business about being anti-pedophile. I talked about this last stream. She's like a craven Republican operator for sure, but she is absolutely like lives by her convictions. She is a true believer in every sense of the phrase. My conspiracy thinks she got pushback from Republicans who are trying to shush her from standing up to the orange. I think that's absolutely true. I don't think that's much of a conspiracy at all. God damn it. Asmongold attacks Pokemon. What the fuck does that dumbass have to... About what? Oh, fuck. I don't want to get into the finster of it all. Using soap. Oh, Ace Gone, thank you very much. I am going to literally text them that comment right now, and it will make them so happy. They are so thrilled. So much has been about the squib and Be More Chill. I've heard those, at least the squib songs. And I kind of don't want to hear the full soundtrack because I'm going to be singing the play like 3 or 4 times to go support them. Mackenzie at 1266, thank you for $5. Kevin Roberts last year implied violence to anyone if they were to try bring Trump down. Roberts is a deranged psychopath with too much power. I think there's a lot of people like that in the fucking in the mix right now. Joe Staley, the Finster of it all, is a hilarious way to phrase it. I don't know. I'll talk about the Finster thing briefly, but Finster did a video where apparently he, she, I'm unfamiliar with the pronouns, have been, I think they do any. Somebody feel free to correct me. And they were talking about how they haven't been doing much online for a couple months because they have been working at setting up a secret like UK care clinic for HRT. And the thing that popped into my head immediately was any y'all? Yeah. The thing that popped into my head immediately was Finn, or no, it was when I was investigating the Satanic Temple, and I was looking into all of the different clinics, the abortion clinics that they set up down in Texas or in Georgia or wherever, which would ostensibly, they weren't, when you think clinic, you're like, okay, they're going to help people get abortion, but no, they were actually for, like, they were basically publicity stunts. They were basically call-in areas. The problem with what Finn is doing is that it looks a lot like that. It looks a lot like something that isn't tangibly going to help a lot of people, but will probably make them money. Is just the way it looks. There are already other people I know who are going to be looking into it, who are going to be keeping a weather eye on it. It's, yeah. Merritt LVW, is it bad if I use they, them pronouns because my friends refuse to use she, her, even though I'm trans, not MB? Like, it constantly sucks getting he, hemmed. Fucking get new friends. Tell your friends to knock it the fuck off. Like, so the big problem that people are noticing is that, I'm trying to remember how it exactly was, because you do get a prescription from doctors, but you have to pay for, it's basically a service that you're signing up for, like a subscription. Yeah. Katie Cat Meow, thank you very much for following. Brad Religion, Godspeed, thank you for following. Brad Religion 1975, thank you for subscribing for 3 months in a row. Please enjoy my Bezos bucks. I will. That was the sound of me enjoying Bezos bucks. Johnny Varro, you're fine. So yeah, let me read this. Maybe this will give us slightly more insight. Slappy meats. Yeah, the most glaring issue I see with it is that it's super unlikely to have any effect on the existing barriers to care. It's not like Fencer's Clinic is going to dismantle the insurance requirements for care that is already unaffordable for most Indians. Yeah, like it seems like something that at best will help more affluent people who want an easy way to get access to HRT, but does not seem to stop the. And hey, maybe there will be more of a charity element to it. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that far. So I'll be honest, I haven't done much in the last 2 days. And this weekend I'm going to try and kind of take off to work on a script that I want to do. I want to finish my movie script by the end of the year. I want to be making it by this time next year. But I need to get it finished before I can edit it. And I have been working and overworking myself so hard. I've been in kind of a spiral in my personal life. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't done much in the last couple days. And I think I'm going to try and kind of hit bottom, not in a like bad way per se, but in a just like pick myself up, brush myself off over the weekend, and kind of hit back hard next week. Finn did that thing in the shadows. She pretty much bankrolled it with porn money on stream. We gave 18 euros. Finn promised to match that, and she did. Finn said that she pronouns want to be in the background because fuck UK. Most trans people can't get HRT or any help in the legal route. And Bailey and I just made edibles and watched Rick and Morty in bed last night while we have lots of work to do. I'm kind of in a similar space. I'm gonna probably do mushrooms with my partner soon, this weekend, just because I don't know. I want that like head clearing experience. I've never done it before. And so I'm kind of like mentally preparing for that, and then to hit. Yeah, Brad Religion, you get it. I've been able to get work done, but none of my creative projects. I'm trying to fix that. Same. I often take time just to chill because I realize I can burn myself out if I don't. And that's my problem, is that I don't chill. I don't take time. I just keep working. And a lot of bigger projects continue stacking on top of one another. Amber Morris. My sibling recently came out to me as non-binary. I want to ask questions but don't want to intrude. Do you have advice? How old is the sibling? I mean, like, if they're a minor, you can just say minor. I don't need to know specific age. But I guess, how old are they? How old are you in relationship to them? And yeah, I guess what questions are you wondering about? (21 and 25). Okay. Yeah, I guess what kind of questions are you curious about? I can do my best to answer, but also non-binary people famously not really a monolith. That's kind of the whole thing. Everybody's experience is incredibly different. Yes, no, Juno deer, Enby's and token dog Juno. Yes, Slappy. Juno is a pubber. I should get you two in a chat together. Y'all would have fun. Somebody asked how Koa's musical went. I mean, it won't be performed for a couple months. They're practicing. Thank you very much for $5 from Superman. I hope you have the opportunity to enjoy Sisu Road to Revenge this weekend. Oh, fuck. I still need to... I was lucky enough. I got to take Koa to go see Running Man, which was very fun. It was okay. I gave it like 3.5 stars. It was not Edgar Wright's best, but it was solid. Excuse me. I still haven't seen Predator Badlands. I just haven't had time. And maybe I will. You know what? Maybe I'll fucking lock in and force myself. And that's the thing that's making me uncomfortable. Like, I literally just thought the words, okay, tomorrow I'm going to do one thing for work. I'm going to edit a stream highlight. Like, cat, what the fuck? Cat, stop it. What the hell? This cat wiggling the fucking thing. I'm going to do only one thing for work, then take the rest of the day off. And by off, all right. And by off, I still mean I'm going to focus and try and bump out and edit and write. And my body tensed up because I'm like, oh, I can't believe you would be so lazy to do that. Fuck. It's, you know, I would say, so here's the thing. I think Running Man is not the strongest of Schwarzenegger's original oeuvre. Honestly, and it's not that, which shouldn't be surprising. I mean, you've got like you got a bunch of stuff above that: Terminator, True Lies, fucking, you know, I would put Kindergarten Cop above there. And the first Running Man, it has a kitsch value, but I think so much of the premise, you know, it's almost like a Death Race 3000 thing, where the premise works more now that we have created these simulacra, that we've created all of these tangential little things that keep us entertained. Because a lot of the stuff in the original, like, Running Man story and, like I was saying, Death Ray 3000, a lot of it has this kind of Fahrenheit 451-ness to it, where so much of it is about how complacent society has gotten and how people just want distractions, and they're distracted by all this shit that is killing them. And as society has progressed since those stories were written, we see that in more obvious ways. The problem is that it makes it very heavy-handed. But the thing I did appreciate, it still has a lot of camp appeal. It was pretty damn good. I'm going to go charge my phone really quick, and I'll be right back. Okay. It doesn't feel, I don't know. I don't feel the Stephen King come through it, even though I think it is close. It's been a while since I read the novella, but I think it is closer to the novella. What's going down? Hey, Zayna Grells. We're just chilling. We're just chatting. I would say fucking, I don't know. Josh Brolin was brilliant in it. God, what a smarmy was. And Coleman Domingo was also just so fun to fucking watch. Like I will say that, and I still like Glenn Powell. Like it is a movie for scenery chewers, and it was pretty good. Speak for yourself. I'm locked the fuck in. Just got back from a card tournament. Hell yeah. Missed Amber's response. Oh shit, what was Amber's response? All right, I'm trying to go back up. Oh, do they use different pronouns? Are they going to change their name? I guess maybe I almost answered my own question. I've had a lot of trauma together, so I'm worried. I mean, if they ask to use they them pronouns, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to change their name, but they might. I guess I would be more confused why those things would worry you, because they're still going to be the same person. If I hope you're still here. I'm sorry I kind of got distracted. But yeah, no, somebody asking, how does Trump call for execution? So let me go to that too. Trump sedition. Trump says he wasn't threatening Democrats. Yeah, slappy meats. They'll be the same person, but more of themselves because they are no longer restricted by imposed gender standards. So this, for those who don't know, this happened yesterday, which is fucking insane. Quote, in old days, if you said a thing like that, that was punishable by death, Trump said in an interview Friday on conservative Brian Kilmeade's radio show when asked to clarify what he meant. President's latest remarks come after he lodged an accusation and warnings Thursday after Dem lawmakers, many of whom are veterans, released a video urging members of the military and intelligence community not to follow illegal orders. Senator Elisa Slotkin of Michigan, who previously worked at CIA and DOD, on Tuesday shared the video of herself and other members of the military and intelligence community. Quote, this administration is pitting our uniformed military and intelligence community professionals against American citizens. Like us, you all swore an oath, blah, blah, blah. You must refuse illegal orders. Trump responded to their video message in multiple posts, including one where he said, seditious behavior, punishable by death. He also reposted other posts, such as one that said, hang them, George Washington would. And if you ever think that, like, well, I'm sure, like, this will get so many of the other conservatives in the movement to like, see how crazy this is. When he doubled back and said, no, I didn't mean to kill people, people like Matt Walsh were out here saying, like, that's such a disappointing retraction from the president. Which is so funny, particularly for Matt Walsh, because he spent the last month, 2 months now, I guess, crashing out over how all the libs and Dems want to kill conservatives. Yeah, sounds like a tacit admission that they want to issue illegal orders. Current events affected anti-woke channels? Has it? That'd be rad. He'd be chilling with Mamdani, so it's cool. I don't know about that. Let's get to the MTG stuff, then we'll talk about the Trump Mamdani meeting, which is kind of also fucking crazy. Dachsendorf, thank you very much for following. I think I might, Superman, I think I will put that $5 towards going to see Sisu. I like that. That's a good idea. No, yeah, Grinner, if you, okay, I'm gonna preface what we're talking about next. If you think that's fucking insane, right? If you think it's fucking insane that Trump can come out here and brazenly lie about very clearly inciting open violence against Democrats, you're gonna shit a chicken when you find out that when a reporter questioned Mamdani about, hey, haven't you called Trump a fascist before? Mamdani started talking and Trump interrupted him to say, it's okay, you can call me that. That's also coming. Stay tuned. We'll watch that. Man. He fucking, here's the thing. Mamdani is such a fucking smooth operator, and I think it's why we need people like him, because he was able to go in, and again, mind you, on the same day, we haven't even talked about the House signing a resolution for Trump, or for socialism. What's Trump scheming? Fucking just House votes to denounce horrors of socialism ahead of Mamdani Trump meeting. Like nothing, kinda. Mummified butterfly going to have a figurative heart attack after the stream. Why? Don't have a heart attack. Is he planning to have Mamdani murdered in the White House and then scream about it being a Democrat hoax? Nothing. I would imagine nothing so severe. No, I think that let's take Occam's razor here. It is just the fact that Trump is incredibly easy to placate, and Mamdani is a politician who knows what he wants to achieve for people, and so many of the things Trump talks about as far as populism are the things Mamdani wants to achieve. Yeah, like I don't think he's fucking like scheming anything. That is honestly giving him far too much credit. Yeah, Mamdani has massive charisma, and Trump wants that. There's a great recurring kind of talking point on Some More News where Cody draws attention to the fact that when a reporter talked about how Mamdani had like a charisma, and compared that to Trump, Trump immediately switched up when talking about him. It was like, oh, people say he's a really good-looking guy. Like, he's such a fucking beta for a strong man type. Like that he just is. Yeah, Sam a Ding Dong. All right, let's talk about the. God damn it. Let's talk about Marjorie Taylor Greene first. We were just talking about that. I have always represented the common American man and woman. As a member of House of Representatives, why I've been despised in D.C. never fit in. Americans are used by the political industrial complex of both parties. Election cycle. Yeah. Okay. The results are always the same. Okay, but then you play into culture war bullshit, Marge. Like, ugh. So Trump is going to use Mamdani to get all of us on his side again? No, honestly, I think you're giving him way too much credit. I think he does probably understand that he is unpopular and Mamdani is insanely popular at the moment, but I think it comes down to more of just like he recognizes a charismatic person. Like I think it's really simple. No matter which way the political pendulum swing, Republican or Democrat, nothing ever gets better. The debt goes higher. Corporate and global interests remain Washington's sweethearts. American jobs continue to be replaced, whether it's by illegal labor or legal labor by visas or just shipped overseas. Small businesses continue to be swallowed by big corporations. Again, like, this is the same day that they did a House resolution to denounce socialism. It kind of seems like yeah, exactly. Kind of seems like some like socialism or communism might help assuage some of these things or wrangle it back in, but whatever. The average American family can no longer survive on a single breadwinner's income. They must work in order to survive.
Many in my children's generation feel hopeless for a future, don't think they will ever realize the American dream. I ran for Congress in 2020, have fought every single day. Goddamn. It honestly, it feels so much longer than that. Like, it feels like a decade plus for Marge? Damn. I have one of the most conservative voting records in Congress, defending the First Amendment, Second Amendment, unborn babies, because I believe God creates life. Excuse me. At conception, strong, safe borders. I fought against COVID, tyrannical insanity, mandated mass vaccinations. I've never voted to fund foreign wars. However, with almost 1 year into our majority, the legislature has been mostly sidelined. We endured an 8-week shutdown, wrongly resulting in the House not working for the entire time. We are entering campaign season, which means all courage leaves and only safe campaign re-election mode is turned on. During the longest shutdown in our nation's history, I raged against my own speaker and my own party for refusing to proactively work diligently to pass a plan to save American healthcare and protect Americans from outrageous, overpriced, and unaffordable health insurance policies. The House should have been in session working every day to fix this disaster, but instead, America was force-fed disgusting political drama once again from both sides of the aisle. Again, it seriously feels like the far left just hates the idea of having a job or responsibility at all. That is the message Republicans and moderates on both sides see from the outside. If I am wrong, tell me, but that's what it is. You're wrong. Like, just because that is the political line shielded by people, that doesn't make it true. Both sides are. My bills, which reflect many of President Trump's executive orders, like calling for a new census, counting Americans only to draw new districts, blah, 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 blah. Many common Americans are no longer easily convinced by paid political propaganda, paid shills, immediately serving with cult-like conviction, because they know how much credit card they have. Like, if this wasn't coming from her, of all fucking people, this is all on the ball. Like, she's right about this. Somebody's saying, Ron's KFC, thank you for $4.99. Perhaps the lepers will be full for a while after eating her face. I'm curious. Somebody said that she might go Senate, but I don't know about that. Twitter fingers leftists are not the people you meet at the community center and mutual aid group. What else did you say, Santa Claus? Politics have always been about personalities, TBH. Yeah. Howdy, Greg is Greg, 1514. I work 8 to 5 at a scrapyard, do community service with local clubs when I can. Yeah, the idea, every person I've ever known who is a communist, and I mean like theory reading actual communist, not like the way people call me a communist, have been some of the hardest working people, have been educated people who have degrees and are still working as fry cooks because they have to pick up multiple jobs because they had a kid out of high school, and that's all they can do. The idea that people are low income because they don't work hard is propaganda. When people talk about what, like, oh, capitalist propaganda, again, it's easy to kind of hand wave away some of this stuff coming from college commies or anarchists or, people who might not have that much experience out in the real world. But this ideology proliferates beyond those people because of people who do have that real world experience, who are working their asses off, and who still aren't able to pay their bills. Like, so many, when you talk about SNAP benefits are a great example of, like, people are saying, oh, the fucking bullshit I kept hearing about, like, young men in America will have to get off their fucking ass and find a job instead of getting free stuff all the time. It's like, this whole narrative that people just want a handout, that people just want free stuff. I'm not saying that there isn't 0.00 something percent of the population that does get free shit, that smokes pot and plays video games all day. I don't really care about that. Because for every one person like that, there are 5 children who cannot afford to eat. There are 10 single parents who can't afford to get more food for their kids. There are no shortage of lower income teachers who are paying out of their own pocket because their school districts are underfunded and still can't make ends meet. Like, this idea that people who have EBT or people who need financial assistance are some kind of leech on society is fucking bullshit. Because the people saying that, the people going on CNN or going on Fox News or going on Twitter to tell you about how all these people, they're taking your money and government money is going to them. Those people are the chauffeurs for their cars when they go to their big fancy country clubs. Those people are the janitors for their fucking hotel rooms when they go fuck their spouses and mistresses at the RNC. Like, while the rich upper crust elite are having a bacchanal on the corpse of America, they are continually castigating the working class because they want more than their fair share. Yeah, no, less than lucid. I work retail. Many of my coworkers with families qualify for SNAP and WIC. The first time my key to, like, I've talked about how I was like a shithead libertarian, ultra conservative type because of the way I grew up. When I got a job and I saw how many other people were still working hard into their 60s, 70s, sometimes even. People who had spent decades at a company. When I saw how much, for firsthand, how much and how hard I felt, I knew I was working fucking hard. Like retail, look, retail isn't backbreaking construction or anything, but you're fucking standing around sometimes 8 to 12 hour shifts. On Black Friday where you barely get a fucking break. That shit's rough. Dealing with people and you have to keep a smile on your face the whole time, it's a lot like the service industry. Once you work there, you have a new appreciation, a new respect for everybody who's ever done that. You can tell people who've never worked in a service industry. You can tell people who've never worked in a bar by how they treat the staff. Devil Game 666 just saying, when you hear pundits online like Kershaw and Fox News talk about commies wanting free stuff, it's because the college commies and Point One and Anarchides are the most forward-facing part of the left-wing movement. Level-headed people are not seen at the public forum. I completely disagree. I think the problem is that you are hearing pundits like Kirsch and Fox News because they are taking the most radical example of something and serving it to you, and they will say, ooh, this is what they all think, which is disingenuous at best and a lie at worst. If you go and you think all trans people are just like libs of TikTok, you are judging by cherry-picked examples from somebody who wants you to see the worst in a group. You are buying into the premise that you are being given instead of going, hey, wait a minute. Like, and the other thing to keep in mind is that when you do go to these protests, and I've had moments like this, and sometimes you just gotta let them happen. But when you go to a protest, I saw this when I was down in LA. I saw this at the No Kings protest. Sometimes there are people who are usually younger, usually incredibly passionate, who are still somewhat misguided with their enthusiasm, or who still, they feel impassioned about a subject. but they are not able to articulate or really get across why. They certainly aren't able to debate. And this is where you get the fertile ground for, the unlimited number of Charlie Kirk and Steven Crowder and other knockoffs debating this person on campus. It's like, well, because they just aren't prepared, right? And that's how you make somebody look foolish. Yeah. Lenore Bunny. I'm in school. My partner works 12-hour shifts and makes like $100K a year in a skilled industry. We can barely afford our one-bedroom apartment. That sounds like living in a big city. Are you in Seattle or San Fran or something? Most Republicans like myself and Kirsch, or even some others, have pretty milquetoast opinions about American politics. We called Nazis or racists for pretty moderate takes like borders or anti-drug and crime laws. Most of us would fit into the 2000-year or Clinton-era Democrats who went back in time. I don't know how, like, I will absolutely give it to you that most people who sign up to be Republican are probably not radical, right? Yeah, that's fair. Kirsch is like Kirsch. We're talking about the same, the VTube cat girl or whatever the fuck. She has debunked a lot of the stuff people accused her of. I mean, I don't really care to get into it right now because that sounds like Twitter drama, but I have heard her say racist shit. I have heard the open violence that she ignorantly casts at people like commies. And then she will do what you said and cast an entire group, cast them all as the left. I'll be right back. Fuck's an MTV reference. No, Joey Staley. No, MTG is not talking about Kirsch. God, that would be so funny. No, Trump talked about, who did Trump talk about? Somebody talked about Sonic Fox recently. Was that Tucker Carlson? Alex Jones. Alex Jones commented on the Nike Sonic Fox thing, which is just such an insane convergence of the two sides of my life, the video game industry and politics. I mean, most takes about borders and harsh on crime laws is pretty milquetoast when you think about it. It depends on what that is. All right, I'll be right back. Milk toast. Milk my toast. Milk my toast, baby. I can hear that in your voice too, Slappy. Alex doesn't want beef with Sonic Fox. It's so fucking funny, honestly. Switzerland. I think Devil's just trying to rage bait you. I mean, I don't think so. They seem pretty genuine. If they are, it is not a good rage bait. What would rage bait me? I don't know what could rage bait me at this point. Juno tier. Can a girl just get her toast milked around here? Like I said, slappy mates could probably help. Why did YouTube change the username? Was that part of some new update? I don't know. Oh, that probably makes sense why everybody looks a little bit different. Okay, okay. Yeah, Saucy, I would agree with that. Greene has always been kind of a good bellwether for core MAGA sentiment, so this resignation does seem significant. Yeah, somebody earlier said that, or somebody earlier asked like my thoughts on if this is kind of the end of MAGA, and I do feel that coming, and I think the problem is that Trump desperately doesn't want that to happen. There was a recent quote where he was talking about like, I am MAGA, like MAGA is whatever I say it is. Yeah. Oh, Mager, I can't wait for politicians to start talking about Hassan and Ethan level dramas. Like, Nick Fuentes has inexplicably been the fucking talk of the town, and I hate it. I'm so annoyed with that little fuck. But no, the Hassan, they have, I think didn't they call him to testify in front of Congress? Is that hasn't happened yet, has it? I'm not lumping you all in. However, I do not know how political content creators like yourself can do this as a job. I would go insane having to pay more attention than the rest of my party. Buddy. Devil Games. Okay, you're on Twitter. Devil Games, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to go over to my YouTube and see a lot of the stuff I've done. All of the documentaries I've made. All of the like deep dives. If there is madness to be found in this occupation, I have found it several times over. DAC domain. Rage bait by calling you Dacto. That's so funny. I need to I have a bunch of clips of people who've talked about me. And both good and bad. Like I think I downloaded the one from Westside Tyler where he talked about like my tier list of dying. Some other stuff I don't remember off the top of my head, but I want to make a new channel trailer because the one I have is like 4 years old from when I was fucking still doing a video game only channel. So it just like tonally is not at all my vibe now. How are people like you and her not yanking your hair out, wanting to shoot every other person you see? I mean, because I want society to improve. Is the like kind of long and short of it for me is that the reason that I will be depressed and think about everything happening and everything else is that getting on here, amplifying my voice, connecting with people. I mean, I can't speak assuredly, but I hope it is done well. I hope it has done some good for the world, and I want to use what platform I've been blessed with. I don't take it for granted. To try and help as many people as I can, I guess. Fighting Hobbit, thank you for 50 bucks. For 50 biddies, sorry. Trump imitation, I never gave that man a beamer, but if I did, it would have been the most toe curling experience of his life. Would have drained that snake like an anime schoolgirl in a trashy hentai. Jesus Christ. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DJT. I do want to say his constant thank you for attention to this matter texting is so fucking funny. It's the most boomer-brained thing in the world. Thank you very much, Fighting Hobbit. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. I have been blessed to represent the 14th District of Georgia for 5 years, which is filled with some of the most wonderful, kind-hearted, God-fearing, patriotic, hard-working people you will ever meet. Good, regular, common America. Is there more? God damn, girl. The fuck? Kotek is the big reason I am right-leaning center, because she has fucked Portland so badly to the point I hate my own city. I mean, look, I was talking. Who was I? No, I threw it out as a fucking tweet, but it was the thing about becoming a leftist is that you will always hate liberals more than any conservative can. And part of the reason is that the empty progressive policies that lead to the kind of the Democrat-run cities, the empty posturing, the empty, what's the word I'm looking for? Virtue signaling. That's the word. That doesn't ever tangibly help people. It is why I think so many people are so excited for Mamdani, because if we can show that the establishment Democrat cause, which is to, and has been for a while, the mandate has been to put corporations over people, to put redistricting and zoning and rezoning and all this fucking just career politician bullshit over making cities more walkable, more livable, has led to the crises on top of crises we're seeing now. And I think that's one of the big things around why so many leftists should count Mamdani as a victory. Because if nothing else, if he is able to improve New York, one of the biggest, most populous, most important cities on the planet, using these populist policies, spurring economic growth, letting people have a more easily accessible city. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be easy, it's going to be fucking hard. But if he can do it, it is showing that there is a road ahead, that you don't have to vote for all these fucking dumbasses like Hakeem Jeffries and Chuck Schumer and all these motherfuckers on Capitol Hill. Michaela Rose 420, thank you very much for 499. When Mamdani went to the White House, Trump showed the entire world he's a bottom, who was just bragging for a top. He subbed so hard. It was very funny. Well, we'll talk about that some more. Gina, thank you very much. I went to a really cool trans solidarity event yesterday. It was really nice hearing from some queer elders about their experience. It gives me hope that things can improve through community outreach. I am glad. I like going with those two. Nehemiah, thank you very much for $5. Any thoughts on the abundance movement? Like, the same thing I feel about most of the kind of, again, upper crust liberal New York Times think piece editorial class. Like, nothing good. I saw you, dog. For example, her Measure 110 that overtly legalized all drugs to an extent and handcuff what police can and cannot respond to is why I want broken policing back, at least in Portland. I mean, so again, there are so many more issues there, it sounds like, and I say this as somebody who, most importantly, does not live in Portland, right? Yeah, no, Democrats would do well to listen to Mamdani winning, how he is actually the face of the party that they need. It gets people actually interested rather than constantly mad that Democrats lack spine. Yeah, I don't understand how people fucking don't get, like, well, what can we do to be more electable? It's like, okay, embrace actual leftist policies. Embrace actual economic policies that have populist platforms. And they're like, no, not that. Anything but that. What they're going to call us commies and socialists. Like, whoa, that would be too far. It's like, motherfucker, any conservative already thinks Nancy Pelosi is a communist. Like, words don't mean that much. What matters should be your constituency. But whatever. I imagine one reason for leftist hate, or at least constantly be angry at liberals, is because we expect more from them and they deliver hardly anything. Yeah, that's mostly it. Like that's a good portion of it, if I'm being real. Yeah, 10 TikTok dances you can do to prevent the apartheid level shit. Yeah, fucking rich. Oh, fucking rich. That they put out, I think yesterday was Trans Day of Remembrance, and they put out a, like, we stand with all trans people and all their identities. Gavin fucking Newsom, the just brass cojones on that piece of shit, put out a Trans Day of Remembrance post after the beginning of the year. He sat down with Charlie fucking Kirk to talk about how, we shouldn't have trans women in women's sports. Blah, blah, blah. It's like, fuck you, dude. What? Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. Stop. Hey, Poya Pants, been a minute. Hello. All right, let me try and get through this. God damn, Marge, you put so much into this. Don't criticize him. He might be the candidate for 2028. Don't you put that evil on me. Don't. That would be so fucking terrible for me. I'll be real. Oh, did he get run out of town? All right. Hell yeah. All right, we'll wait for that to load. Fought harder than any other elected Republican. Jesus. Damn. She's bringing real shit. I will never forget the day I had to leave my mother's side as my father had brain surgery to remove cancerous tumors to fly to D.C. to defend Trump and vote no against the Democrats' second impeachment. I kind of wish she would be like, damn, I regret that shit. Through it all, I never changed, blah, blah, blah. That's correct, Marge. Oh, that one Phoebe. Gavin Newsom posting about Trans Day Remembrance is like Dr. Doom crying. Well, no, because Dr. Doom, all right, Dr. Doom is a, arch nemesis and a villain, but Dr. Doom does care about his country. Like, Dr. Doom does understand the weight of civilian death. Like, I would say it's more like, Norman Osborn or somebody. But yes, you are correct. Raped. Jesus Christ. Damn, she went out. I know. I'm trying to get to the end here, Pupper. Yeah, Dr. Doom has so much care for Latveria. With that has brought years of non-stop, never-ending personal attacks, death threats, lawfare, ridiculous slander, and lies. Most people can never withstand for a day. It's been unfair and wrong, not only to me, but blah, blah, blah. I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by MAGA and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military, industrial, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can't even relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or insane 4D chess game being played. Damn. Okay, that's like a little QAnon call out. With the common American people finally realized and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the power over Washington, and I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. Until then, wow, Comrade Marjorie, holy shit. That is so, and I say that facetiously, but, huh. It does. It does sound a little bit like she realized she was in a cult. Blah, blah, blah. The fascinating part to me about this is this third to last paragraph. When the common American people finally realize and understand that the political industrial complex, blah, blah, blah. It's this idea of her casting herself as one of the common folk, right? Casting herself as one of the kind of blue collar workers, which, you know, she is relatively. And coming to realize that just like from the inside, it's like this Taylor Red, am I right? Yeah, that might be on your end, Draxus. All right. If people can on Twitch can just say, yeah, what the fuck? I just lost like 70 viewers. What the hell? Yeah, stream down on Twitch. I have no idea what happened. Crashed for a second. We're good now? Okay, all right. Seems like stream is back up over on Twitch. Yeah, weird. I don't feel well. AI's messing with Twitch. They hate I'm speaking the truth. Lady, stop. Dog. All right, let me see if I can go. That's the Marge thing. Killer Kai in Rittenhouse. Locals have had enough. The logical leftist. Let's go. It's insane to me that that's probably not even a edited photo of Riley Gaines' face. But also, Sam Cedar, potato quality? What the fuck? Also, I see you, Majority Report, stealing my Vaporwave stees. All right, let me go grab my headphones really quick because they are across the room. Alrighty. I'm cute when I'm fragmented. I'm always cute though. Woof. Think we're good now? Okay. Yeah, I don't know what just happened on the dip, but let's watch a little bit of this.
So, Killer Kyle Rittenhouse is back in the news again. I know. Once again, trying to go on tour. But this time, just like the last few times, an entire community said, nope, not in our town. So let's talk about it. Now, Rittenhouse was scheduled to appear at a Republican event in northeastern Pennsylvania at the Woodlands Inn and Resort. Now, this was supposed to be one of those, so-called patriot rallies where the right parades around a man who killed 2 people at a Black Lives Matter protest and somehow markets him as a hero of self-defense and free speech. Right. But then reality, of course, showed up, as it usually does. According to reports, the hotel started getting flooded with calls, emails, and massive backlash from locals who were like, hey, why is somebody associated with political violence being given a VIP platform in our town? There were safety concerns, there was community outrage, people questioning what it says about the area if this event goes forward. And under that pressure, of course, the Woodlands Inn...
Oh, Draxus, sorry. I just kind of skipped over the rest of the Marjorie Taylor Greene thing. No, sorry. I lost track because I thought my stream went down. I think... Yeah, it was like, I don't know how much of y'all heard of when the stream cut out, but I was kind of saying that it was kind of like a weird Black Mirror version of Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, where you have like this kind of, starry-eyed, big American Boy Scout country bumpkin who goes to Washington, sees how callous and fucked up the political machine actually is. That Frank Capra movie has a wonderful, heartwarming ending, or they build a community center or some shit. I don't remember. But Marjorie's is far more Coen Brothers-esque, I guess. It's far more like fitting to our ironic times that we live in, to have somebody who, like, I've often thought about somebody's internet is not cooperating, motherfucker. Like how she in particular must feel, because she was one of the only candidates who really professed and believed in conspiracy theories before getting elected. And now she has this kind of, or had this kind of, beltway access, this insight into the inner workings of the machine. And I've been so curious, morbidly curious, but so curious on like how she's been processing this. And I guess like it is this kind of, like we saw in the letter she just wrote, this almost like ego death. Like it is this kind of this breaking with the reality she had accepted and knew. And that's kind of what I see happening there, is that there are so many things where she understands and can see, but there's still that cognitive dissonance where she is trying to chalk all of these inherent flaws of a system up to being, it's the Republicans, they're bought and paid for. It's like, no, this is like, it's running how it's intended to run. Yeah, I don't know. I am morbidly fascinated. I wonder what is next for her. I kind of... Dee Dee interviews Marjorie Taylor Greene when? Honestly, yeah, I would. I would love to interview Marjorie Taylor Greene. That would be fun for me. Um, hmm. I wonder. I wonder how hard that would be to get an interview with her. Yo. She'll probably still be, well, I don't know. You know what? I'll give it a couple weeks and I'll reach out, because that would be a fascinating interview. Um, because it would probably be a lot like my interview with Hendrix if I had to guess. Marjorie Taylor Greene seems like somebody who is not nearly as vicious on, most people aren't as vicious online as they are, or as, you know, they're much more placid in person. Arlen was right. Thank you very much for following. No, and Drax's Stormscale, don't get me wrong, I don't fucking trust her as far as I can throw her. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, you know, when I said Comrade Marjorie, I was completely joking. Like, she is far too invested in the craven, like, brain space of modern nationalist conservatism. I don't think she will ever be, like, she's never going to be a liberal or a like good quote unquote ally or anything. But I think she is in a weird space of deconstruct. I think in a weird, okay, here's the thing. I think in a weird way she is on the opposite end of the spectrum from where Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens have been, where Go Undercover is live terrain. That's not bad. That's not a bad idea. Magar, thank you very much for $5. She probably would just call me a slur. I don't know. I think Marjorie seems like she has more of a down south backhanded way of insulting people. Like, Marjorie seems like a bless your heart type. Whereas like Nancy Mace is the slur lady. Nancy Mace is the slur lady. I forgot what I was saying. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, no. She is in the questioning phase, but again, she's coming at it from this very distinct backwards angle where people like Candace Owens, people like Tucker Carlson were part of an establishment. They were part of a conservative news establishment. And so they kind of had for lack of a better term, they were reined in. Like, they had journalistic scruples that they had to abide by. They had people signing their checks. They had people that would, you know, give them a chewing out or give them a talking to if they got too incendiary. And the way that they've been kind of, quote unquote, let off their leashes has led to these weird spirals with them where they are able to follow their own hyperfixations. And in Candace Owens' case, that has been accusing the wife of the president of France of being a trans woman for like months, weeks now. And Tucker Carlson, you know, he's talking about DMT machine elves with Silicon Valley crackpots. And they're able to so credulously look into this shit because I think their status, their wealth, it has insulated them from like the real world where look, okay. This is something I've been thinking about with regards to like AI. And particularly algorithms, right? Algorithms are, okay, let me back up a little bit. I think the internet was a lot more interesting when algorithms didn't rule everything, right? When you had just this, here's this repository It is a suppository now. No, here's this repository of just an infinite wealth of information and data, and people making fun memes and weird experiments, and look at this weird meme and look at this thing, and oh my gosh, look at this video on YouTube. And over time, it became this idea of like, okay, but what if out of all this shit, the algorithm sorted for you and showed you the things that we think you're most interested in? But now it has enshittified so much that the algorithm is basically stalking and watching your every move no matter what you do. And then it is going to continue giving you a curated version of the experience that you already wanted. So what you are getting, and this ties into AI in a second here because I've been writing the AI essay a little bit. So what you are essentially getting now is when you go to any given, and unless you're a freako like me, who I am constantly looking at shit that fucks up my algorithm, so my algorithm is all over the place on everything, because I'm always investigating like conservatives or Nazis or furries or whatever. So algorithm doesn't know what to do with me. But for most people, the algorithm will serve you the most convenient to you version of the world beyond that screen. It is what the hell? I forgot what I was saying. I got derailed. It is giving you the most frictionless, smooth version of the world delivered right to your fingertips, right? And so when you have, for example, you have a generation that has been raised up on algorithms now. And I was kind of devastated to recently learn about, because again, I don't go on like Gen Z, brain slop, TikTok. What the fuck am I going to do there? But to learn that there are entire now generations of kids who, like the previous generation, was raised by, Greene Elsa fights Spider-Man videos that the algorithm just slopped out to them, is now growing up, instead of watching Tom and Jerry or Bugs Bunny or, whatever, they're watching AI-generated slop. And it's the same type of thing taken to a logical endpoint, where we have spent so long building so much upon the idea that everybody wants everything to be as frictionless and smooth as possible. That nobody wants to be inconvenienced, that nobody wants to have to overcome something or grapple with an idea that they don't like. And it's created this kind of endpoint that we're at right now, where a lot of people are now looking around being like, what the fuck happened? And it's like, it's the same thing that has been happening for over a decade now. Is that you're looking at your phone, you're clicking like on the thing you like, you're clicking don't like on the thing you don't like. And it's something, it's an attitude that I think you can extrapolate that, and it affects other things entirely. I think it's another thing that you can, when people talk about like, why are young people so prudish? Why are they so weird about like sex scenes in movies and stuff? And I think it's because, again, you are talking to a generation that has never had to really grapple with difficult ideas in media if they didn't want to. And I think the same thing goes for violence in media. Kiwi TP, I think young people need to relearn how to be bored for once in their lives. I think that's part of it too. I think all of our brains are fucking fried from constant. I mean, like anybody who says that shit. All of my fucking grandparents, by the way, will talk shit about like, oh, you can never put down your phone, but then like they're always playing fucking. They have always been playing solitaire on their phone since I was a child. That's awesome. Oh, B. Parker, I'm going to have to look into that. Speaking of how ads suck with YouTube, was informed by one of them recently that Michaela Peterson is running a fake PragerU type university now. Awesome. Jordan's 8 Paul Hoodle. Okay. Sex is risky, something men completely shut down for. The bleeding baby machine should never make sense. It's a miracle. What I live for him. You okay? You okay, buddy? Hey, Miss Genderlin. Pogland. Looking great as usual. No, you. Hi, chat. Hi, QETP. Yenzo, I'm just bored and depressed. Fucking real. Real. Yeah, grew up with PBS Kids. I did too. Yeah, PBS Kids, and I'm talking like, well, I'm sure they did reruns, but like Zuboomafoo was my shit. Like what you know about them Dragon Tales, son? Yeah, what else? What Cyber Chase? I'm trying to think. I never fucked with Arthur, honestly. Arthur was too. I didn't want that boring shit. Like Cyber Chase, now you're fucking talking. I wanted to be, you know what? In hindsight, I've been thinking about this recently as I'm writing my movie, because my movie is about like exploring an alternate reality inside a computer, and like, I know, shocking. But I've been thinking about, like, because as I've been going back and rewatching kind of movies that inspired me, or movies I've loved since I was a kid, I've had this fixation for literally as long as I can remember on movies that are like basically isekai. Not necessarily for like anime or fantasy, and in fact, not anime, but just like some of my favorite movies are places where a person goes to an entirely different reality, like inexplicably. It could be Silent Hill, it could be Perfect Blue, it could be Hellraiser 2, it could be the original Tron. And now I'm looking back, I'm like, damn. Cyber Chase and Dragon Tales probably started that for me. Arthur was a narc. Narnia. I didn't really fuck with Narnia that much. Aw, KP2 real. Proud of you. My GF no lie is trans. I'm hyped. I do not have to hide anymore. I'm free because I don't give a fuck who hates on my relationship. Good. If you and another person are happy, that's all that really matters. Fuck anybody else. Oh yeah, I'm super into Matrix. Matrix is another one. Super fucking into the look of that new Hellraiser game. Ooh, it looks like they done put Condemned 2 in my Hellraiser. Let's fucking go. Oh, thank you. Fighting Hobbit, thank you for 50 bits. Fun bit of Arthur Deeplory, the guy who does the voice of Buster Baxter, also does the voice of Franco Barbie from the Outlast trials, a psychotic, deformed gangster with a nursing fetish who is actively trying to kill you. I got whiplash from hearing him. I don't know what it is about the Outlast games, but they have some of the gnarliest, like, darkest content ever, but it just doesn't feel like it. You know? Like some shit happens in those fucking games. I reviewed Outlast 2 for Rely on Horror back in the day, back when I was still a video game reviewer, and like that game was like, it's fine, but some shit happens in that game, like some gnarly, grotesque shit, and I'm like, it's so weird. Nehemia, thank you very much for $10. I grew up with Central European kids shows, cute little Czech mole getting into hijinks, Vakond, and a puppet dragon that gets disowned by his family for being biologically different, Susu. Aw. Actually, give me a second. Vakond and Susu. Okay, I'll be right back. The entire Outlast series ruined horror until no, you're thinking of Amnesia. Amnesia was before Outlast. Outlast followed Amnesia's. I love Savvy Cass. I love how you phrase it. I fell off the kids' animal show thing around Zubumafu. I like how you phrase it as though you were a connoisseur of children's animal